Hello and welcome to Gaming News. I'm Therocksrntpeople and great Scott, do I have a lot of news for you guys today. It is a little bit insane, just a smidgen. If you're playing Mass Effect 3 and you've been using that shifty cloud business, you're pissed. I understand. I would be pissed too if my woman's intuition hadn't previously alerted me to the evil properties of the cloud. Basically, if you had a save from Mass Effect 1 or 2 that you had moved from your hard drive to the cloud, it's not working. If you moved your save from one Xbox to another Xbox using the cloud, it's not working. If you tried to fix this by moving your save from the cloud back to a hard drive, but that hard drive is not the original hard drive that it was on, it's not working still. If you don't have the original hard drive that you had when you moved the saves from the hard drive to the cloud, I'm sorry. You're never going to see those saves again. They're gone forever, I guess. I have no idea. EA is just like, oh, thanks for being patient. And then they're not doing anything else. And it was really weird because like in the same statement, they're like, oh yeah, but there's another problem that we can fix. But they didn't say they're going to fix this problem. The problem that they are going to fix is much less important. And it's if you had like a customized character in Mass Effect 1, but then you didn't touch it in Mass Effect 2, then in Mass Effect 3 now, you're default Shepard. So they said they're going to put out a fix for that soon. Hopefully they can, you know, do it before you finish the game in like 4 hours or so. Like I said, it's not really like a fix that they should be doing. I think they should be concentrating on something else, but you know, that's the fix that EA wants to do. So who are we to bitch about it? Oh yeah, we're bitchy gamers. I completely forgot about that. That's who we are to bitch about this. Medal of Honor Warfighter has been given more details, and apparently it was written by like actual Tier 1 operators while they were deployed overseas, so that's really, really cool. And basically the story is going to be that you and some dudes are going to go check out what the hell happened when some explosive went off near a civilian border. The game has been given a new trailer and a release date of October 23rd. Fable the Journey got more information this week, and it's leaving a lot of room for skepticism. The creative director, Peter Molyneux, has said that he wants to do something completely different because, you know, Fable 3 was like a flop because he made it so different from the other ones. I mean, the first one was obviously the best one. But whatever, because Fable the Journey is a Kinect game, which I'm really excited about because when Kinect was still called Project Natal, they had that woman doing that demonstration where she was like interacting with that character, that little boy or whatever, and it just looked a lot like Fable, and ever since then I've been wanting a Kinect Fable game. So I've been waiting for it, now they're gonna have it. But it's kind of being a letdown, it sounds like. I mean, right off the bat, you're not gonna have gender selection, because you have to play as like this gypsy dude or whatever, and your companion's not going to be a dog anymore, it's going to be a horse, which, I don't know, I guess that's cool if you like horses, but usually horses aren't any help at all in video games. All they do is run away and leave you stranded to go walking like 20 miles to the next village or whatever. And I don't know, I'm not trusting of horses in video games. They always make me walk, and I'm incredibly lazy. And that's why I had a horse till he ran away as soon as fucking butterflies came out of bushes. And just like, oh, I'm gonna run away now. No. The one good thing about the horse is that you can heal it, which seems pretty cool. If you like healing stuff, you know, I'm always the medic, and that's my thing. And also, I'm very careless with companions, so being able to heal them is something good for me. And also, if you're casting a spell and you yell out the spell name while you're casting it, the Kinect will pick it up and make the spell even stronger. So I think that's really cool. Overall, I think that this game is not going to be a very good Fable game, but if we just like think of it as just a normal game, then it's going to be pretty cool and pretty fun. But of course, it's not going to be as good as Fable 1, obviously. That's just a given. Steambox rumors are running wild, and in case you haven't heard, the Steambox is like this new thing that Valve is supposedly working on. It said that they're working with like Alienware and stuff to make this like console-like computer system that plugs directly into your TV. And I mean, it's not very far-fetched because Valve is working on their big picture mode or whatever, where they're gonna get 10 feet GUI, which is like basically it looks best from 10 feet away, aka your couch. This is awesome news for us console gamers because, you know, I mean, it'd be ridiculous if you did not admit that PC gamers are having a better gaming experience. They have better games. I mean, it's the same game, but I mean, it just looks better and it works better and just it's just all around better. But you know, for us, we're not really like computer people. You know, you gotta be computer people to keep up with all the specs and everything, and also you gotta build your computer, which is super hard. Or you have to be rich, and then you gotta go get like a super expensive gaming computer that works like awesomely. But, you know, as console gamers, we're not like that. We're just, you know, we just want to play the damn game, you know. But if they gave us a console that's already done, that's a computer, I mean, of course we're going to play it. Everyone would do that then. But, I mean, for PC gamers, this kind of sounds like bad news, because, I don't know, this whole, like, oh, cool, we're getting something cool and exciting and better quality than what we already have, sounds a lot like what Xbox is doing with getting soccer moms on board. So it's leaving me wondering, like, are we console gamers, you know, the soccer moms to PC gamers? I don't wanna do that. Ugh. I feel like PC gamers are like, you know, our older brothers, you know? We all wish we could be as cool as them, but we're never gonna be as cool as them. And to be honest, they want us to get the fuck out of the room because we're gonna fucking smash something any second now, and they have everything all like clean and organized, you know, unlike us, which is like a kid's room, you know, so everything's messy and just everywhere and just no. With them, their room is just like immaculate, you know, they have everything working all right, and we're just gonna waltz in there, and honestly, we gotta be honest with ourselves here. We're gonna smash something, and then it's just never gonna work again, and it's just gonna break, and it's gonna be awful, awful. Hopefully we can hear more about the Steam Box at E3. Preferably that it's not true at all, because if it is, then PC gamers are gonna be pretty upset that mom's letting us into their room again. Deadlight, a 2D zombie game, looks pretty cool, and it's about this guy in Seattle in the 80s who's just like all alone in this city, and he's trying to survive. And I think his most attractive feature is the fact that he's totally incompetent for this. I mean, he's not Altair or Ezio, but yet he has to trapeze over buildings like he is, because if he falls, he's gonna die. He's gonna get eaten by zombies. I mean, you don't get very many guns throughout the entire game, and you have this stupid fire axe that's super slow. I mean, I can't imagine trying to fight more than 3 zombies with it, honestly. And, you know, a lot of the times you're just gonna have to run in this game. You're gonna have to run away, because that's the only option you have left. And I think that anyone who has ever played a zombie game can really appreciate that aspect of a game. You know, seeing that there's so many zombies that the best option really is to run and then try to, you know, work out something to do later, you know, to fix this problem of zombies outside your door. And it just really adds to the whole element of horror to the game, you know, knowing that there's nothing you can do, you just need to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. This game looks pretty cool, and it's supposed to be on Xbox Live Arcade for the summer, and I think it would look really nice if they put it, you know, alongside that thriller game, Alan Wake, during the Xbox Live Summer of Arcade special. Steel Battalion Heavy Armor was announced this week for Kinect, and it's a tank game where, you know, you just go on missions and you shoot stuff, and it's actually pretty intense sounding just because of the characters that you're going to be playing with. They set up these like situations where you're going to be hanging out with them and talking with them, and like they even had like the screenshot where he's like tossing you an apple and he's like, hey man, let's hang out, like you're talking to him or whatever, I don't know. But like they want you to get attached to these characters so that when they die in the tank, which can totally happen because, you know, you might get them stressed out during the battle, or someone might come into your tank and actually stab them, and then you have to work around their body during the whole battle, the whole rest of the battle, because obviously you can't get rid of the body. And it's just like, it's insane. It's so insane. It sounds really cool though, because, you know, it puts like a whole different look on, you know, games with your characters. I mean, usually no one cries over an NPC dying. I mean, honestly, that you barely say nice things about them when they're gone, just because they're just so god awful and not helpful at all. And usually they're better off dead than helping you. But, I mean, man, if you're gonna be, like, talking to these guys and stuff, that's kind of messed up that they're just gonna kill them and have, like, dead bodies around you and stuff. But, whatever, it's gonna be coming out June 19th for Xbox Connect, and you should definitely get it, because it seems pretty cool. Forza Motorsport 4 came out with a DLC yesterday. You got 30 new cars, most notably the Porsches, 20 new World Tour events, and the level cap went up to 999. Also, Forza Horizon was announced, but it's not being done by the same studio as Forza Motorsport 4, but it will be coming out this fall. Battlefield 3 announced that 3 new DLC are on the way throughout the rest of the year. First up, in June, we're going to be getting one called Close Quarters, which is going to be 4 new indoor maps, so no vehicles in these pretty much, and we're going to get 10 new weapons. The second one is going to be in the fall, and DICE has said that there's going to be new vehicles, and also it's the biggest map they've ever created, but they won't give any more details other than those. And then the last one is going to be coming in the winter, but DICE just won't even say anything about that one. BioShock Infinite got a release date this week, finally. If you're waiting for this game like I am, then you will be excited to hear that it's coming out on October 16th for Xbox, PC, and PS3. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City announced a 5th game mode this week, exclusive to Xbox 360, and it's going to be called Nemesis Mode, where you can actually play as Nemesis. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be going against the other team to take and control the Nemesis mind control thing or whatever, and then you can basically be a boss, literally, because you're going to be playing as Nemesis. Get it? Again, this game mode is exclusive to Xbox 360, and so again, suck it PS3. A new South Park game was announced today. It wasn't given a release date, but it's called Tenderman's Revenge, and it's going to be about that one kid that had to eat his own parents in Chile, coming back through time to get, like, revenge on Cartman and the boys again, and they're going to have to go to Dr. Mephisto to get, you know, help to finish the game or whatever. It's just going to be a side-scrolling thing. It's going to have 20 levels. And it's not going to have much for, you know, gameplay or whatever, but it's supposed to be really, like, hilarious and just South Park funny. And then, of course, if you're, like, a really big South Park fan, you could just use this game to hold you over till the South Park RPG comes out. A new arcade game has been announced, and it just looks wonderfully gory with a great sense of humor, and it seems just really funny, kind of. I don't know, it's weird. It's about this rabbit called Ash, who's the prince of hell, and he has to go get his nemesis, Fat Rabbit, because he put on incriminating sex pictures of him with his rubber duck on the Helternet. Yeah, the game's called Hell Yeah, and it's going to be interesting, to say the least. Interesting, definitely, is a word that I would use. There's no official release date for it yet, but it's supposed to be coming out sometime this year. PAX has showed us a new game called Quantum Conundrum, which is being worked on by one of the people from Portal. So it looks pretty cool. It's a puzzle game where you're like a little boy who had to go live with his crazy scientist uncle, and one day he goes missing and you have to go find him. So you take his alternate dimension thing and you have to just get through the mansion listening to him like over the loudspeaker being crazy, and you use the different dimensions that the dimension gun takes you to. There's a fluffy dimension where like everything gets super light, so then that way you can carry it wherever you want to use it as like stepping stools and stuff. There's the zero gravity one where you can like step on items and then, you know, they'll lift up when you go to the zero gravity, and then you can get to higher places. And then there's the slow down time one where, you know, you could like lift it up using the cloud one, put it into slow motion in front of a laser, like a safe or something, put it in front of a laser in slow motion so that way it's falling really slowly, but then you go and run past wherever you need to go. And yeah, so basically you're just going to have to use the different dimensions like I just explained with the fluffy and the slow down time example. You're going to have to use different combinations like that in order to get through the room. It seems pretty fun, and it's supposed to be released sometime next year. New SimCity is on the horizon, and supposedly there's going to be a bunch of updates for it, hopefully. Now you're going to be able to make winding roads instead of just like parallel and perpendicular roads. And the entire map's just going to be 3D, so then that way you can like move around freely and look at your buildings up close and however you want. And then there's going to be multiplayer aspects to it too, like interconnecting cities, or the leaderboards, or even when you're playing alone, the economy-driven prices of goods that you can buy. There's no release information really right now, but don't worry, because all good things come to those who wait. Minecraft 1.2 is now available, so everyone can enjoy the ocelot in the jungle biome, but what I'm really excited about are the iron golems. I mean, have you seen the new trailer that they have for 1.2 where they show off the iron golems? They look really, really awesome, and like they could just be really destructive and useful, and I really, really like the idea of it. Sounds great, and yeah. Other new things, you can now build twice as high up into the air, 256 blocks instead of the 128. And villages are going to have children in there because, you know, those ugly as sin Squidward-esque villagers are getting laid before people who play Minecraft are. And you know, that's exactly what we wanted, miniature ugly as sin Minecraft birds running around. Wolves are also getting busy if you have them tamed, but don't worry about it, because if you kill mobs, you can get rare items, and everyone knows rare items are just as good as a bottle of vodka to a lonely gamer. More Minecraft news, but for the Xbox, multiplayer was announced for it. How many is multi? 8! And 4 for split screen, and you can combine those to make whatever you want, as long as there's not more than 8 people in your game. The Old Republic obviously got jealous of Minecraft because they announced that they're going to be having their 1.2 update in April. Old Republic people, you're going to be getting 2 new dungeons. The first one is a new operation called Explosive Contact, and it's going to take place on the planet of Denova. BioWare is saying that this dungeon is going to have a different fighting style against monsters and mechanical walkers. The other new dungeon is going to be a flashpoint called Lost Island. This is going to connect with the Count Under Siege dungeon that you got in 1.1. With 1.2, your legacy points aren't going to be completely useless. You're going to be able to build family trees where you can organize your characters and skills. And also, once you level up a character to level 50, that race can be any class that you want it to be. And when you get a skill up to level 50, then you can, you know, give that type of skill to all different kinds of classes. But you can only use that skill if it's not the right class. If you have like a companion, then you have to do like this heroic move or something. So it's just not going to be overpowered, but it's going to be useful. PvP is changing significantly with 1.2, starting with Ilum not giving out commendations for endgame PvP armor. You're going to have to get all endgame rewards through Warzone, including Hupball, Alderaan Civil War, Void Star, and Navarre Coast. What the hell is Navarre Coast? It's going to be a new capture point, a lot like Alderaan Civil War, where you're going to have to capture turrets and keep them held by your team in order to win. Navarre Coast is a response to getting put into Hupball way too much. They're going to be doing other things too to help decrease the number of Hupball matches, including making Void Star similar to Hupball in that it can also do games with the Republic versus the Republic or the Empire versus the Empire. Alderaan Civil War is also going to be joining this, but that's not going to be ready for 1.2. These changes are supposed to help, like I said, with getting thrown into Hupball, so then that way, you know, it doesn't depend on whether or not there's enough opposites to play with. You're not going to automatically get thrown into Hupball just because of that. A ranking system is also going to be implemented after 1.2, so then that way you're not playing against people whose win ratio is like 2.5 while yours is 0.78. And BioWare is saying that that's going to have a lot of different updates to it, and that's just the baseline to the whole ranking system. 1.2 is also going to release a new tier of PvP and PvE armor sets, and the enhanced crafting system will make it so that you have more options for level 50 even if you don't get the Biochem crew skill. Every class is going to be getting updates, and all your skill points are going to be refunded, so then that way you can reallocate them to different skills and the new skills that are going to be available to you if you want. Guild banks are going to be a new addition. You'll be able to buy a guild bank, which will give you 1 shelf, and then you can get extra shelves, which will increase in price as you get more. BioWare is also talking about guild capital ships, but they're not giving any details on any plans they have for them. The interface is going to be completely customizable now. You could even make it like World of Warcraft or whatever. You can move it however you like, and that way you can just have your own interface. And also there's just going to be a lot of different like smaller bug tweaks and everything. And the Galactic Trade Network is going to get a better search system. This is a lot of information to take in for the Old Republic, but don't worry about it. Just keep your eyes peeled on your Old Republic game, and when everything looks totally different, the update probably happened. Halo 4 got a new trailer this week, and it goes more in depth into what you can expect from the new game that's coming out this winter. The best news, by consensus of gamers, is the return of the battle rifle. The multiplayer is also going to have a backstory of why Red Spartans fight with Blue Spartans, and why Red Spartans have an affinity for Spanish-speaking robot Spartans and ribbons in their hair. Check out the trailer here or in the description below, so that way you can see the two new maps, Wraparound and Warhouse, which both look very cool, very new, and still have that classic Halo feel to them. Big news on Assassin's Creed this week. Oh my god, Assassin's Creed 3 got confirmed, it got a cover art shown, it got a trailer out. It's madness. Madness everywhere. See the trailer here. It looks really cool and it's just really awesome. The cover art, I'll have a link in the description below, is just so sweet looking. It looks awesome and amazing. And the game has been given the premise of the American Revolution. And the main character looks like a badass, naturally, because he's an assassin. And he's half native and half British, and he's just kind of like in the middle of the whole, Americans going against the British people, mostly because, I'm guessing he's native, so he's kind of like a third party to that. I won't butcher his native name, but he's going to be going by Connor mostly, apparently. And I'm very excited about this. Assassin's Creed 3 is going to be coming to Xbox 360, PC, Wii U, and PS3. Alright, that's all the news I have for you, finally. Looks like I'm the biggest geek you know. Till next week.